guys, it's Miss Coker. Welcome to week 2 of the Doodle project. Alright, so this is our 4th grade project. This is our 5th grade project. If you have not done these projects yet, I need you to stop this video and go back to last week's video. It's really important because you're going to be behind. We're adding color this week, and if you haven't done that project yet, you're going to be behind. So stop this video, go back and catch up with last week's video, then come back to this one, okay? Okay, so this week we are adding color to our doodle. Now, the cool thing about color is, even if you're drawing on a flat piece of paper, you can make something look three-dimensional, all in how you color it. Now, when we're using crayons, we tend to color either really dark or really light. Okay, so I want you to think about using your crayons in both ways, coloring really dark and then lightening up with your crayon. So how do you think you color really dark with your crayon? What do you have to do to that crayon to make it color really dark? That's right, you have to push down on it. So with my crayon, if I push down really hard, it's gonna color really dark. Now with that same crayon, if I just lighten up and color, I get a lighter version of that color. Okay? So that's 2 different colors with the same crayon. That's a light value, and that's the dark value of the same crayon. Isn't that cool? And you can do that with crayons, and you can do that with color pencils. You can do that with a regular pencil. If all you have is a pencil, and I'm using the side of my lead, not the very top of it. And now I'm gonna lighten up my pressure. And I can go really light. Until it fades off into nothing. Okay? That's called value, a value scale, when we go from light to dark or dark to light. And like I said, you can do it with crayons, you can do it with colored pencils, you can do it with regular pencils. And we use this to help us show dimension. We use it to make our pictures more interesting. Sometimes people use it to outline things. And I'll talk more about that in just a second. Okay, so, all right, so you're gonna start with these sections in here. And I want you to pick one section, and you're going to do dark and light in that section with the same crayon. So this section right here, I'm going to do all of my circles dark. And I'm just pressing down with my crayon. You can do this with color pencil or crayon. And I'm doing this on my 4th grade example. But 5th graders, you do it the same way on yours. Okay? Zentangle is a Zentangle, no matter what formats it's in. Now my background is going to be the light value of this same color. So I'll lighten up on the pressure and I color around. Make sure you fill in all the white space. Make sure you're coloring in the same direction. Neatness counts. It's called craftsmanship. And if you want to go back and outline around it, you can do that. But the key is to show me that you understand how to use your materials to get light and dark value. Okay? So your I can statement is I can use a crayon or color pencil and get light and dark value with the same material, okay? So let's say here, I'm gonna go all the way around this section. And I'm just gonna color lightly. And it doesn't matter how wide the section is of your dark value, as long as I can see dark value and light value. And remember, covering up any white space. And don't mix colors. I want to see one color per section. Now, so we've got our design done in the middle. So now I want you to pick one color and do the outside. You don't have to do the whole outside, but you're going to trace around. And I'm gonna do, let's do this color. I'm gonna do half of it in crayon to show you how to do it in crayon. And again, you can make the thick line, the dark value, as thick as you want it. That's just to make it stand out more. Okay. From this, you're gonna do the light value. And you want it to kind of blend, so not have just a straight line. So I'm going a little bit heavier where it crosses over and then getting lighter as it goes up. And I'm just gonna go out and I'm coloring in the same direction. I'm going from the letter out. And it's kind of making like a starburst. And you can make all these edges uneven. Again, try to blend this part. And what I mean by blend is I want that line to go away. I don't want you to see where it goes from dark to light. We want it to be kind of medium, dark to medium to light, so that it just kind of blends together. That's really where you get really good at showing value. And if you need to turn your page so that it stays going in the same direction, do that. Always going from the letter out. And it's just kind of emphasizing the letter. Kind of like putting an exclamation point on it. And if you're a 5th grader watching this, I'm going to show you how to do this on yours too, because yours looks a little bit different. Okay. So that's how to do it with crayon or color pencil. Now, if you have markers, I'm going to show you a little trick on how to get value with markers, because the way markers are, you can't get value from them, okay? They're one color. But because markers react with water, watch this. And you don't even have to have a paintbrush, okay? It's great if you have a paintbrush, but you can also use a Q-tip, all right? But you do need a little bit of water, not a lot. I'm gonna make my dark value around my letter, just like I did with the crayon. And you want to make sure you have a really good marker that's not running out of ink. These markers, if you use the very tip of this, you're going to get a skinny line. But if you use the side, the cone, you get a fatter line. Okay, so there's my dark value with my marker. And that is all you can get with the marker if you're just using markers. But if you dip your paintbrush in a little bit of water, it does not have to be soaking wet, and you drag it into that marker, you can pull out some color. Now if you put too much water, you're going to put a hole in your paper, and you definitely don't want to do that. How cool is that? So you can actually get value with a marker. It just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of practice. And if you don't have a paintbrush, again, no worries. Use Q-tip. Definitely going to take a little bit longer, but it can work. Now it's really easy to get too much water on your paper when you're using a Q-tip, so you want to be really, really careful about that. You don't want any puddles because it will run all over the place. And you don't want to keep going over the same place over and over again, because you'll get a hole in your paper and it'll start pulling up your paper. And those are the two different ways that you can get value, either with crayon or with marker. And if you're 5th grade, you're going to want to do the value with the marker or the crayon in here. Do your outside Zentangles just like we did these in here, and then do the other value in here. Okay? All right, 4th and 5th grade, so there's your project, all finished. 5th grade, remember your value goes in here, okay? I cannot wait to see these. Y'all keep them at school. I will be in your classrooms next week doing live art lessons. So I want to see them, I want to take pictures of them. So you have a whole week to get it finished. If you didn't do the first one, go back and do it and get caught up. And then I will teach you something new when I see you in person, and I look forward to it. All right, love you, see ya, bye.